children, let us begin with the line-wise paraphrasing of Act 3, Scene 5, The Merchant of Venice. The scene begins with a humorous dialogue from Lancelot. So it begins on a humorous tone. The arrival of Lorenzo cuts short Lancelot's foolery, for Lorenzo orders him to go in. Left alone, Lorenzo asks Jessica how much she likes Portia, to which she replies that there is no woman in the world equal to her. So when Lancelot goes inside, Lorenzo asks Jessica that what is her opinion about Portia, to which Jessica replies that she is a really very good woman. She's all praises for her, and she says that there's no other woman in this world like Portia. The scene is set in a lighter vein which refreshes and amuses and thus heightens by contrast the seriousness of the trial scene which is to follow. So this scene is in a lighter vein because it amuses the audience, because after this we are going to have the serious trial scene in Act 4. Scene 5, Belmont, a garden. So this scene takes place in a garden at Belmont. Enter Lancelot and Jessica. They are in conversation with each other. So Lancelot says, "Yes, truly, for look you." He says, "Truly, just see, the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children." He says the sins which are committed by the father, the consequences of those sins are to be endured by their children. He is referring to the sins committed by Jessica's father, Shylock, and he says that the result of all those sins will be endured by you. Therefore, I promise you, he says, therefore, I am telling you, I fear you. I am really afraid for you. I was always plain with you. He says, I have always been very honest with you, very straightforward with you. And so now I speak my agitation of the matter. Agitation means I am speaking my thoughts with you. I am sharing my thoughts with you on this matter. I have been always very straightforward and honest with you, and that is why I am speaking my thoughts, my opinion in this matter. Therefore, be of good cheer. Therefore, please be a little cheerful. For truly, I think you are damned. Because honestly speaking, I feel that you are cursed after death because of the sins committed by your father. Jessica, I shall be saved by my husband. She says, I will be saved by my husband. He hath made me a Christian. Hath means has. Because he has converted me into a Christian. So I will be saved from being damned after death. Lancelot, truly the more to blame he. He says, truly speaking, your husband is to be blamed more. We were Christians enough before. Enough means enough. We were enough Christians before you were converted into a Christian. Now Jessica was converted into a Christian after getting married to Lorenzo, who's a Christian. Even as many as could well live one by another. Now this apostrophe is for the missing we. He says that we were enough of Christians who could well live happily and peacefully with one another. This making of Christians, that is converting the Jews into Christians, thereby increasing the number of Christians, will raise the price of hogs. It will increase the price of pork, because the Jews are forbidden to eat pork because they believed that the pigs were the habitation of the devil, because Jesus Christ the Nazarite conjured the devils from the body of a madman into a herd of pigs nearby. So they are forbidden to eat pork. If we grow all to be pork eaters, he says, if all the Jews get converted into Christians, the number of Christians will increase and they will all become pork eaters. Then the price of pork will increase. We shall not shortly have a rasher. Rasher is a slice of bacon. Then shortly we will run short of pork. We will not even have a small slice of bacon on the coals for money, to be cooked on the fire for money. We won't be able to buy even a slice of bacon to be cooked over fire. Jessica, I'll tell my husband Lancelot what you say. So Jessica says, Lancelot, I will tell my husband Lorenzo what you are saying. Here he comes. Just then Jessica sees that the husband Lorenzo is entering. Enter Lorenzo. Lorenzo, I shall grow jealous of you shortly, Lancelot. Now Lorenzo sees that Lancelot is talking to his wife in a corner. So he says, I will really feel jealous of you, Lancelot, if you thus get my wife into corners. If I see you standing with my wife, whispering to her in the corners of the house, I will grow jealous of you. Jessica, nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. So Jessica says, no, you need not be afraid of this, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I are out because Lancelot and I have just quarreled with each other. He tells me flatly, he says that Lancelot is telling me on my face very bluntly, there is no mercy for me in heaven. He tells me that I will be damned after my death. I will have no mercy in the heavens above because I am a Jew's daughter. Because I am the daughter of Shylock the Jew. And he says, you are no good member of the Commonwealth. Commonwealth means the Christian community. And he says that you are not a good member of the Christian community either. For means because. In converting Jews to Christians, because by converting Jews into Christians, you raise the price of pork. You are raising the price of pork by converting Jews into Christians. Now Lorenzo, he changes the topic. He tells Lancelot, go in Syrah. Syrah means fellow. He says, you go inside, bid them prepare for dinner. Please ask your fellow servants to prepare for dinner. Now Lancelot, see the way he plays with the words. That is done, sir. He says, yes, the servants are prepared for dinner, sir. They all have stomachs. They all are hungry. They all have appetites. Lorenzo, goodly lord, he says, my good lord, what a wit snapper you are you. Wit snapper means you are such a comic fellow. You are such a comic fellow. Then bid them prepare dinner. He changes the words. He says, okay, you ask them to prepare dinner. Lancelot, that is done too, sir. He says the dinner is also prepared, sir. Only cover is the word. Now, cover has been put in inverted commas because there is a pun used on this word cover. Now, pun used means there are two meanings to the word. First is cover is to lay the table, to put the dishes on the table. And second is to put a hat on your head. So, Lorenzo says, will you cover then, sir? So he asks Lancelot, okay, will you then lay the table, sir? Here Lorenzo is talking about laying the table, put the dishes on the table. But Lancelot takes the second meaning of cover. He says, not sir, not so, sir, neither I know my duty. He says, no, sir, I know my duty. Now here he's talking about covering his head, that inferiors, they are supposed to stay bareheaded in front of their superiors. So he says, I know my duty, sir, I will not cover my head. Lorenzo, yet more quarreling with occasion. He says, my God, you are going to go on having a war of words. You are going to go on playing with words, with the usage of words. Wilt thou, wilt means will, thou means you, show the whole wealth of thy wit. Will you show the whole wealth of your wisdom in an instant? In this single moment, you will show all your wisdom? I pray thee, I request you, understand a plain man. Please understand a simple man in his simple meaning. Please understand a simple man in the simple words, in the simple language that he is using. Go to thy fellows means go to your fellows, your friends, that is the fellow servants. Bid them cover the table. Bid means ask them to lay the table. Serve in the meat. Lay the table means put the dishes on the table and put food into the dishes, and we will come into dinner, and then we will come inside to eat our dinner. Lancelot. For the table, sir, he answers each and every question separately. As far as the table, sir, it shall be served in. It shall be laid. For the meat, sir, it shall be covered. For the food, sir, it will be put into the dishes on the table. For your coming into dinner, sir, as far as you coming inside to have your dinner, why let it be as your humours and conceit shall govern. Now whether you come inside to have dinner or not, it depends on your mood and fancies. Means it depends on your wish whether you want to come inside and eat your dinner or not. Lorenzo, oh dear discretion, how his words are suited. He says, well, he's really amazed at the Lancelot's knowledge of good sound, the good words, the different meanings of the words, and how he uses them correctly according to the situation. He says, wow, your words, how you your discretion, dear, you use your words so well. The fool hath planted in his memory an army of good words. So Lancelot is a fool, no? He's the jester, the comedian of the play. He says, well, this fool has planted. He has a lot of good army of good words, means he has a large number of good words. His vocabulary is very good, which he has committed to his memory, which he has learnt. And I do know many a fools. He says, I am aware, I know many fools like him that stand in better place, who are in better positions than Lancelot, garnished like him. Garnished means they have a good vocabulary like him, that for a tricksy word defy the matter, that they are also very good at the use of words having double meanings, and by using the words with a pun on them, they play a trick on the minds of the people and defy the matter. Defy the matter means they take the matter away from the real meaning by confusing the people by using the words having double meaning. How cheerest thou? He says, how are you, Jessica? Are you feeling good? Are you happy? And now, good sweet. And he says, now, my dear, say thy opinion. Tell me your opinion. How dost thou, dost means do, thou means you, like Lord Bassanio's wife. Now he says, how to, tell me, what is your opinion? How do you like Lord Bassanio's wife, Portia? Jessica past all expressing. She says, I do not have words to express my opinion about her. It is very meet. It is very important. It is necessary. The Lord Bassanio live an upright life. That Lord Bassanio lives a honest, honorable life. For having such a blessing in this lady, because he has been blessed in the form of this beautiful, virtuous lady Portia as his wife. By having her as his wife, he finds the joys of heaven here on earth. By having a wife like Portia, he is getting all the joys of the heavens right on the earth. And if on earth he do not mean it, and if while living on the earth he does not value this, his wife, does not value the virtues of his wife, then in reason, then it is only reasonable that he should never come to heaven. He will never ever get the same, he can never expect to get any more happiness in the heavens above. Why? He says, well, if two gods should play some heavenly match, if two gods were supposed to play a game of skill or any heavenly match, and on the wager, that means on the bet are two earthly women. On the bet they are staked two women from the earth, and Portia won. And out of those earthly women, Portia is one. There must be something else pawned with the other. Pawned means pledged. So something of value and of additional value should be added to the other woman to make both the stakes equal, because Portia is really valuable, she is really worthy. So if you have to make both the stakes, that is Portia and the other woman, equal, then you will have to add something of value to the other woman, so that both Portia and the other woman are at the same level. They have the same stake, equal stake. For the poor rude world, for this poor crude world hath not a fellow, does not have a woman equal to Portia in all her qualities and virtues. There's no woman like Portia. Lorenzo, even such a husband hast thou. Now Lorenzo speaks on a comic mood. So he says, well, even such a husband hast thou. You also have a husband in me, just like she is for a wife. Your husband, that is me, I also have the same qualities like Portia as a wife has for Bassanio. Jessica, nay. She says no. But ask my opinion too of that. She says, please ask my opinion about that. I will anon. He says, I will immediately. First, let us go to dinner. I will soon ask you your opinion about this. But now, first let us go to dinner. Jessica, nay. She says, no, let me praise you while I have stomach. Here, stomach, again, there's a pun used over here. Stomach over here means while I have made up my mind to praise you. Second is hungry. That is, let me speak while I am still in the mood to praise you. Lorenzo, no, pray thee. He says, no, I request you, let it serve for table talk. Please don't give me your opinion right now. We will keep it for a conversation while we are having our dinner. Then howsoever, apostrophe is for the missing V. Then however thou speakest, you speak among apostrophe missing A. Among other things, I shall digest it. So let us keep it reserved for our talk during our meal time. So however you speak, no matter what you say at that time, with the other things, with the other food items, I will be able to digest your opinion about me. Jessica, well, I will set you forth. She says, don't worry, I will be praising your good qualities. Exit. So both they exit from there, and with this we come to the end of Act 3. We will begin with Act 4, Scene 1 in the next video. Hope you understood. Bye-bye.